Welcome, everyone. I am super excited to share a quick story about my manifestations recently. As you know, I'm a student and teacher, like all of us in different ways, of many things, including manifestation. Um, there's a lot I didn't understand about manifestation for a long time. And even in the spiritual communities, there's a lot of bad rap about manifestation. Of course, it's not about trying to have the fancy car for your ego or any of that. Manifestation really is just secondary from liberation, enlightenment, awakening, connection with the divine. Yet, because this life is a school, it's the ultimate school for our souls. When we have sometimes, when we allow in a relationship, it can wake us up in deeper ways. It can support us. Or when we allow in more abundance, we can get that medical treatment we might need so that we can have a clearer mind, so that we can share our message. So it's really about realizing that there's no lower or higher, there's no hierarchy from the physical. The physical is really a representation of the spiritual, yet we're meant to also embrace it and allow it to serve us and to teach us. And so when we talk about manifestation, we're simply talking about aligning our spirit with God or with the universe and having that reflect in the physical or in our relationships, because everything is a constellation, right? It's just allowing, yes. So when we see it from that lens, it helps us to release any guilt, shame, or judgment about receiving, because that's the number one block that people have towards manifesting. Remember that the manifestation masters say the same thing. When there's something that you truly desire that's not in front of you in the physical, there's a subconscious block in the way. As soon as you truly let go of the subconscious block, boom, it appears, because the universe wants you to receive everything that you want, because it loves you. It's here to support you, and it's here to teach you, which is even more important sometimes, so that you can learn to detach, you can learn to purify yourself. So we will be doing a activation here in a few minutes to purify and reveal what is the biggest block in the way of your manifestation, and release it. And then let's see what happens. A lot of times there's some pretty near instant manifestations that happen. When we talk about instant manifestation, it's really not about having it right away or rushing it. There's divine timing to things. Yet oftentimes we've asked for it already a few years ago. The universe is like, I'm waiting to give this to you. And when you release the block, when you stop pushing it away subconsciously, right? Because we're not thinking, when you want something, you're not thinking out loud like, oh, how am I pushing it away? Of course I want it. I'm trying, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm frustrated. Why isn't it working? Subconscious pushing away means you're not fully aware of it. And so I'm going to share a quick story about how I was doing that in relationships. So I just manifested true love. It's the most amazing thing I've ever manifested by far. Nothing compares to it. And yet, when we started meeting for the first few times, we both realized that we both had, in different ways, this heart wall that was still in a little bit pushing away each other. And it explained how I had actually not manifested a partner earlier on, when I was trying to do everything to manifest. I was actually felt so good at manifesting things. I could manifest the perfect house or individual superhuman, all the craziest things, right? Things that you can't even find, that seem to be impossible. Yet the relationship, the true love, was not being manifested. And in a nutshell, basically what I realized in this relationship was that I felt jaded by humanity. When I was already in preschool, I wasn't playing with the other kids. I wasn't trusting the teachers and what they were teaching, because it felt wrong. It felt so distorted. And I would just go by myself and collect different plants and make magic potions. I was literally giving therapy to my preschool teachers. I would see their insecurities and give them compliments to try to heal them. This is when I was 4, 5, 6 years old. So although I loved people in a lot of ways, and I really cared for them, there was a small part of me that just felt detached. And I'm like, I'm different than everyone else. And that was just, my 5-year-old trying to put meaning to what was going on. When the reality is we're all one. The reality is that we all been programmed, and some of us have souls that awaken earlier than others. And it felt, for me, I actually was born pretty awake. And then I shut down and felt like I lost it all. Went on a healing journey for over a dozen years, and it came back in an even more beautiful, deeper way. And that was because I needed to Rubik's Cube my own blocks and all these crazy things. So part of my mission is to teach and support people in doing that for themselves. So it's always perfect, right? Yet when we're a kid, we don't always understand that. And even though I did a lot of inner work and chipped away at that and was practicing connecting with people more, there was still that part of me that was pushing people away because I didn't fully trust them. And I was so good at seeing all of their blocks and different layers, which could support them. But I wasn't letting anyone fully in. And so my partner ended up having the exact same story and just a different flavor, even when as a child. So in essence, what we realized where we were the perfect match and got to actually trust and realize that we're not the only one in the universe like this, and got to experience such a divine union that's just beginning to unfold. So, but the important code from this lesson, I would say the number one code from the story I shared, is to look at, what is it? Sometimes it's often from childhood. What block do we put up, or what meaning do we create that we get to dismantle to really let in the deepest form of love, or the deepest form of expansion, support for our mission, whatever it is that we're focusing on calling in. And so I was doing a lot of work on this throughout the last few years, and it got to a point where I was open enough to manifest this partner. And so the other important thing is there's still work to do there. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to fully clear an issue. You don't have to perfectly something in order to manifest it. What a lot of people say is you just get to meet God or the universe 51%, right? So just a little bit more than halfway, where you're like, okay, I'm choosing this, I'm doing the work, I'm opening, and then God will meet you and pull you up the rest of the way. And you'll continue to receive awakening and purification around this topic. So it's also letting go of the perfectionist mind. There's all these thought forms that try to take you off the path. It's like our gym, that's just the oppositional force. We don't want to call it bad. In a way, it's really just the adversary that is here to be our gym partner, to make us stronger, to put little challenges in the way, but they're all illusions. And so we want to just focus on doing our best, right? And getting to 51%, and then the universe will do the rest. So I'm going to share a few codes about manifestation. I've made some other videos about this, and I have some more advanced classes for anyone interested. But for now, a few basic things is there's some qualities that you want to embody, right? There's some skill. It's just like to do a handstand. You want to have a strong core. You want to find that balance. You want to have the right posture. So what are the skills you need to manifest? So some of those qualities are decisiveness. That means you need to realize that it's about a command. It's like, I want this. For my partner, I literally made a list, and some of these were really out there, right? Even a slight accent, you can do anything, right? It's letting go of the judgment of, oh, I shouldn't ask for this. Who am I to ask for this? It's like Build-A-Bear. You can have it. It's okay. So it's intuitive though. Like, to make sure you're not doing it from your ego, you can go into a meditation, right? You can download what your soul really wants. Okay. So I did that, and it's mind blowing that all the things, this is a really, really, really long list. Every single thing was checked. And I didn't even fully understand what I was asking for. I said a completely pure heart. I was like, that sounds good. Now I'm being so purified because any little thing in me, I'm like, oh my God, that was my ego. It's like literally I'm with the purest heart. So we're downloading the parameters, right? Parameters are just qualities, what we want in the house, what we want in a partner, what we want in our dream job, or what we want in a team member we're hiring, whatever it is, right? It doesn't even have to be physical, right? You can call in a spiritual guide that's in spiritual form, right? So it's not limited to the physical plane. So besides being decisive, which is also releasing the programming of enslavement, of being wishy-washy, of feeling ashamed, or like, oh, who am I to ask for this? I'm not good enough. When it's just not understanding how the universe works. It's like, by being here, you have a birthright to ask and receive your desires. That's a big part of why you're here. And it's to learn, it's to grow, right? It's to get feedback, be like, oh, is this really what I wanted? Where did this come from, right? What's in the way of this? Let me reconnect with my free will. Let me let go of this old pattern from many lifetimes, right? Another one is neutrality. It's about being equanimous. So it's okay to have desires. It's not about repressing desires. We see what happens when we do that, right? It just comes out like a monster sometimes, whether it's a sexual desire, whether it's judging other people then if they're in the spotlight because you really want to, but you don't feel that spiritual, whatever it is, it will come out in a worse way if you repress it. So it's about owning your desires, claiming them, and not attaching to the outcome, trusting that the divine intelligence knows better than you, right? As to the timing, as to the way it comes, as to especially how it comes. And that's the number one way people kind of trip up, is they try to figure out the how. That's not your job. That's the job of the universe. So when you ask for a new client or partner, don't get attached to how or when it comes. The universe will figure out the how. And the more you get out of the way and listen to your intuition, the faster it will come. So being neutral is key, because when we get attached to something, it just trips us up and it creates more karmic lessons to learn, because we're resisting what is, the perfection of what is, right? It literally might be right around the corner, but your mind is saying, oh, it doesn't look like this. And you're blocking it, not realizing what's happening. And so living in a neutral space is key. A lot of people don't get that. It's like, well, what about passion? I'm a passionate person. It's like, you can be passion is great. Be passionate, right? Feel. Being neutral doesn't mean you're repressing your feelings. You can feel fully, and you want to feel fully. That's actually necessary as well. That creates such a magnetic field, and that heals your emotions and purifies them and honors the moment and your presence. It's just about staying centered as you feel things and not letting the story take you out of the director's chair and back into the movie, back into the game you forget that you're playing. All of a sudden you're a victim, right? Oh, this didn't happen the way I wanted. I'm frustrated. This keeps happening. I'm not good enough, right? All those stories are illusion. And then you go back in the dream. So when you're neutral, you wake up, you free yourself of all those illusions, and you have much more power and alignment with the divine. And that ties hand in hand with surrender. It's like, how can we surrender now? If there's a voice of intuition saying, call this person, and you're scared to, call the person anyways, right? Just take the action on what you're guided to take. That's the law of action, because when you trust, it's really, the definition of trust is actually taking the action on what we're guided to, right? Because you could say, I trust, but are you really taking those actions that you're scared to take? Once you do that, the universe is like, okay, he finally decided, he's on the path. Now we're going to bring the miracles. It takes boldness to have the universe align, because it's literally waiting. It's simply waiting for you to decide, right? Think of it like you're at a restaurant. You're asking the waiter's coming over. He's ready to give you anything, right? You want the gluten-free bun and the vegan cheese and the extra truffle oil. Okay, great. But if you're asking him like, well, I'm not sure yet if I want this yet. I don't know if I'm good enough for the gluten-free bun. You know, he's not going to just decide for you. It's like, okay, well, you need to decide if you want, what kind of bread you want. So I can come back later. Just let me know when you decide, right? And sometimes people just stay at the restaurant for years, not ordering the food. Decisiveness is key, because that's how reality works. Okay. So that's the masculine energy, and the surrender is the feminine energy of listening to your intuition, flowing, trusting. It's about combining those two, just like with anything. When we combine them, that's the sweet spot for the miracles to materialize and manifest. Now, intuition plays a great key, because we need to open and clear our channels so we can be more intuitive, so we can get those messages, so we can know, you know, even the small things like, should I eat this apple? Listen to your body. Is that going to give you a crash because it's not good for you, which is going to take you out of your flow? Everything's a constellation. So the more we tune in for big and small decisions and honor the intuition, the more we start going into this flow state, because we're back in alignment. We're getting closer and closer to that deep, deep alignment. And then boom, when we're in alignment and we stay neutral, when we claim what we want and we follow the flow of the universe, boom, 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 miracle, 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 miracle. You know, I was just in Miami for a week. I used these techniques that I'm sharing now, and I literally got to stay for free at one of the nicest penthouses in Miami, overlooking the entire city. got manifested the most incredible geniuses that were literally, no one else could have done what they did for my show and fill in the gaps and my greatest dreams. And they just came effortlessly without me trying to look for it or change who I am or anything like that. It's about staying in your golden circle, being authentically yourself and magnetizing, not trying to seek and go out of yourself, but how do you deepen into yourself and magnetize by embodying the frequencies that you want outside of you, right? So intuition is key, and investing in your intuition, right? Just like you want to maybe get in great shape physically, you get a personal trainer or some supplements, do a physical detox or take a class on intuition and practice it every day at the very least. Ask your angels to help dissolve the blocks to your intuition, whatever it is you're guided to do. It's your GPS. You want a clear window in which to navigate your starship in reality. The last thing I'll share is integrating lessons faster. It's increasing your metacognition, your ability to see yourself and your progress and seeing life as a school. So whenever you get frustrated, it's really looking at like, what was I attached to, right? You went on a date and then it didn't go well. And then you're frustrated that it didn't, but it's really like, what did you learn? Look at, did it already feel kind of off before you went? Maybe you didn't need to go if you listened to your intuition, or did you see something that you don't like? Now you can add it to the list. It's like, oh, I want someone that doesn't brag, that's really actually humble, yet empowered. Now you're clear on that, and you'll manifest it easier because you're clear on that. And there was a blind spot before. So seeing things that as perfect, it's seeing that everything that's happening is for your benefit. It's preparing you for what you've asked for. And when you live in that state of gratitude and non-duality, which is not seeing things as black or white, good or bad, creating that layer of judgment, which blinds you with the darkness from what's really happening in your reality, always responsively reflecting the perfection of what you need and what you've asked for, and to show you how to realign some perspectives or beliefs and let go of limiting situations and beliefs so that you can truly free yourself. Life is perfect, and it becomes one giant flow of miracles. I call it the wow portal, because all of a sudden when I reached, and I'm still learning, I wouldn't say I'm 100% there every moment, but for example, in Miami, for most of it, because I used these codes, it was just like, wow, 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 perfect person, this relationship, this miracle, this abundance, this deep loving experience over and over and over again, because you're surfing through that momentum. You want to build up your momentum and stay there, just kind of like an airplane becoming a spaceship. And that the key to that is being effortless. The key to that is surrendering and realize that we don't need to effort anything. It's just about choosing. Just like at a restaurant, you're just lounging on the chair, right? You're clear on what you want. You tune in. It's like, hey, what's the best meal on this menu that will serve my highest good? You ask for it very clearly, right? And you're like, I'll have this, right? You don't say like, do you think I could maybe have a sandwich? Do you mind? Do you think, you don't have to, but maybe just add some extra cheese, but I don't know if you want to, if that's okay. That's going to confuse the waiter. It's just asking for what you want. It's fine. And if there's a block around that of asking or expressing yourself or receiving, great. That's very common. That's just the work to do. And in our mystery school, for those that haven't joined, or the Dream 40 Quest program, it's designed to build momentum while clearing the blocks to your manifestation. So you can totally reach out, and we'll send you the links to those, or some private one-on-one if you'd like deeper support. My email is info@dreamporting.com. So anything you want to, or just anything you have a question on, I'll respond. If you have specific issues or situations, just drop the link, drop the share in the email. So anyways, one more thing I'd love to discuss before we go into the transmission. I'm going to send an actual energy transmission to everyone watching through a deep meditation to clear the number one block to your manifestation. But before we do that, it's important to talk about really purifying yourself, because, I actually spent 2 weeks by myself, water fasting, purifying myself. Most people don't need to do that. I have a certain path, and it's for a really specific purpose of mastery. Yet you don't have to do something extreme like that, but just know that after I did that, I literally received all my greatest dreams. that were still not manifesting, because I was able to see what was still subconsciously blocked inside of me, let it go, and then easily align to a whole new level of my dreams beyond anything I've ever experienced. And so when we talk about purification, it's really what you're guided to do. What are you guided to do to purify? It could be doing a social media cleanse for a month, or stop watching the news for a month, or maybe forever, you know? It's really about tuning into your physical body and learning health. It's like, are you meant to eat gluten? Are you meant to eat these certain types of food? But doing it from your intuition, make sure that you're tapped in, because the mind can easily give you feedback that's not really for your highest good. And so whenever you want to tune into these big decisions, wait until you're in a deep state of knowing. Do a clearing first, do a meditation, get out of the way, or ask someone that's highly intuitive to support you. But at the end of the day, you want to be empowered to do that yourself. So we're going to also do a petition here in this meditation. And a petition is basically asking divine consciousness, the universe, the angels, whatever you choose to connect to support you. So you can make a list of asks. You can say, angels, divine consciousness, reveal to me what is in the way of manifesting my partner. So now it could happen right away. Often it can show up in a dream, or it can show up in a situation later that day or the next day. So that's one way, is to discover something. Another petition could be, bring me a client so I can receive abundance to quit my job, right? Now, you can do this any time of the day. It is specifically powerful in meditation, but also right before you sleep, you get into a theta brainwave state. And so you can actually create a little to-do list. You can ask your soul to, hey, clear this relationship with this person while we sleep, and bring it into harmony. Now your astral body is going to go and travel to meet that soul of that person and start to reharmonize the relationship. Sometimes it happens in just one night, and you'll wake up and feel better, and that person will call you and be like, hey, I forgive you, or everything's cool. So we forget sometimes that we don't need to do everything with our small self. We don't have to do it consciously with our little mind, that we can actually just ask and let the divine intelligence start to do all these things for us. So you kind of want to be the CEO of your company. I work with a lot of high CEOs, and they're like, all you need to do as a CEO is learn how to delegate. Really, that's all they're really masterful at, right? Think about, we're not really talking about your business, but just as a metaphor, think of being a CEO in a big company. You just need to create strong boundaries and parameters. So you have someone, hey, it's like, make sure everyone's accountable and that they're getting these numbers. And if something's wrong, bring them to that person who can clear it. And if that, like and like make sure they find these new people and expand in this way. So how are you going to delegate to divine consciousness, to the angels, before you sleep and throughout the day? Even if you're at a block, it's like opening up and asking for support, right? Bring me a teacher that's going to guide me through this transition in the next chapter of my life, right? Or bring me an amount of money so I can go to this retreat, or invest in this program, or get this holistic health treatment to detox my body, whatever it is. So it's just remembering that. Snap out of there's a block and see it as the opportunity to ask or petition the universe for something new and align with that frequency. All right, that's a lot of information. We're going to shift into a meditation here. So thanks for listening. Let's shift gears and close our eyes and just take a few minutes to enjoy some relaxation and connect deeper with the divine within ourselves. So go ahead and close your eyes. And let's take a moment to just scan your body, get comfortable, and start taking some deep breaths in through the nose, out of the mouth. Fully relax and release the tension in your body.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Robbins.
So keeping your eyes closed, breathe in golden light, this divine energy, through your nostrils, into your brain, bathing it in light, breathing out all darkness, all illusion, exhaling out of your mouth into the earth. With every breath, receiving more golden energy. This is about receiving. How much can you receive? Breathing into your throat, owning your truth, trusting your expression, letting go of all other energies, everyone's projections and desires and energies. We command them to be returned to their owners with love. Breathe it out. Breathe the golden light into your heart, holding your inner child and saying, I'm sorry if I wasn't listening before. I'm here for you now. And breathe the golden light to your inner child and ask them, what do they need in order to let go and receive more? Just listen. Just give a hug to your inner child and say, I promise, I commit to giving you what you need. And just breathe in trust. Breathe in that golden light. And let that golden light now go into your solar plexus and your power center, the rest of your body. And just choose to commit. I commit to honoring my needs and my intuition. Breathe the golden light into your belly. Feel that commitment. And let it out to the universe. Take one more breath. Breathe that into your root, the base of your spine, this golden light. And tell that part of you, we're safe to receive now. Whatever happened before was a lesson we needed to learn. We're more aligned now. We understand how things work better. You can open again, my friend, and let in the abundance of love that is our birthright. Beautiful. And just let it in. Let the energy of the earth, the divine mother, shoot from the base of your spine, up your spine, taking 3 deep breaths, guiding it gently up, opening all your energy centers now. Feeling yourself become golden light, your arms shining, your hands, your feet, your crown. Become like the sun, filled up with golden light, dissolving all limitations. Surrender to this light. Breathing in even more golden light. Everything around you is divine. Everything within you is divine. So let's take a deep inhale and exhale. Surrender. Become one with divine consciousness. Again, deep inhale, exhale. Breathing a little faster. Inhale, fully in, filling up your belly and chest with air. Let it go. A few more. Deep breath in. Let it go. Deep breath in. Feel that buzzing sensation. Just let it happen. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Deep breath in. Let it go out of your mouth. And now take a deep breath in and hold your breath all the way. Hold your breath. Don't let go. Keep holding. Hold as long as you can and surrender. Let the universe rewire you now. Bless you. Back into deep alignment. Now we're going to recenter ourselves on the next breath. Just finding your center. Finding your center, staying neutral. And just take a moment to pray and ask for your guardian angel to come. The angel that is here just for you. Guardian angel, please come to me. Open up my intuition and reveal to me the block that I need to look at so I can receive more of my dreams. Be a flashing white light. And now listen. See what pops up. You can ask a follow-up question, right? What do I need to do, or what is the solution? Take another minute and ask some questions. Relax. Slow down. Whether or not you got full clarity, it doesn't matter, because we're going to now just dissolve the energetic block. So go ahead and just take a breath and feel where in your body you feel that block or tension the most. Where in your body is it popping up? Showing you the source of the block. Just feel. Breathe into that part of your body. And hold it like a little baby and say, I'm sorry. I understand. I'm here for you. And as you breathe into it, breathe that golden light. We're letting in the light into this place that just wants more love. Breathe in golden light into this place and just stay neutral. Don't try to fight it. Don't let it trick you into being a victim either. Stay neutral like a divine parent. And you can place your hands on it if you want. Either way, just breathe, hold it with your love. And just feel, follow the feeling. And just listen one more time. I'm listening. What do you want me to know? What do you need to be at peace? Use your breath, deep breaths all the way in. Your breath is going to be key here. So inhale, fill up your whole belly and chest with golden light. Let it go. Exhale out of your mouth. Inhale, deep breath in, fill it up all the way, and let it go. Inhale all the way in. Let it go. Deep breath in. Stay at that tempo. Faster and let it go. As divine consciousness comes in, this golden light, and starts to give you clarity, starts to move the energy. Breathe in forgiveness. Exhale judgment. Breathe in trust. Release control. Trust it's perfect. Trust it's what you needed. Breathe in acceptance. And just stay with that breath. Deep breaths in and out. You're almost there. Call on the angels now. We ask the angels of divine light to transmute any negative emotions, trauma, judgment, energy, entities, contracts, and connections, and return them with love to Source. We command all darkness and illusion to be dissolved back into love and light now, and release from our body, minds, and souls. Take a deep breath, make a sound, let it out with sound. Calling in the angel of the air. Breathe in the angel of the air into your lungs, into your body, as it releases all darkness, all limitations. Use a sound, release it out of your mouth. You might cough or make a sound. Let it out. 2 more times. Take a deep breath in, make a deeper sound. Use your voice to push it out. Fully let it go. Release the residue. Surrender to the light. Let it go, not you. There we go. Let it out. There it goes. Just relax. Return to your center. Breathe in the angel of peace, bringing you deep peace in your whole body and mind. Just sync up with that energy and smile. Trust and be at peace. Now ask your angels one last question. What is one action I can take to support my growth, to support receiving more and manifesting more? Listen. And just commit to it on your next breath. Say, yes, I trust, I choose to receive support, love, abundance for my mission. Just seeing all of your ancestors, your family, your loved ones appear in a circle around you with tears in their eyes, thanking you for doing what they couldn't do, for getting you here. Don't play small. For all those lifetimes that you and them have danced in labors of love, say yes to your birthright, to your destiny, to the great prophecy of why you're here. Bring that inspiration into the physical body. On the next breath, take a deep sigh. Gently returning to the physical realm, grounding into the earth with excitement. Take action on your dreams, to follow your guidance within. Gently starting to feel your fingers and toes start to move. And when you're ready, make a big stretch. Getting ready to fully ground in and open your eyes. In 3, 2, and 1. Eyes open, wide awake. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for saying yes and trusting. Could feel a lot of you going through some deep shifts. So if you'd like to share briefly in the comments any experience or insights, I would love to hear and celebrate with you. And this is a great time to start typing in a few questions. We have time for a few quick questions before we close. So as you're all integrating back, I just wanted to share that it's such an honor to share these codes. I wish I had learned these myself so many years ago, but that's why I'm so excited to share them, because it can be easy, it can be fast, and it's just about alignment and wisdom of understanding the codes and integrating the codes and keys into your daily life. So thank you so much for doing this work and trusting. I'm available if you'd like some one-on-one support to help you specifically manifest anything in your life or business as well. But a lot of people like to join our monthly membership, our Dreamporting Academy. And we also have an incredible retreat that I've never done before. It's our first Dreamporting Master retreat. So if you want to become a Dreamporting Master, both for yourself and you can share it with others, to learn all the codes of the universe, to master them, to practice them so that you can materialize your dreams, you can transform any block, you could master energy work for yourself and others, and so much more, working with timelines, a lot of advanced techniques and rituals that I haven't been able to share before. That's going to be in a couple months. So send me an email if you're interested in more details on that as well. And we also have an incredible apprenticeship program happening right after that in a couple months as well, for those that want to also learn those codes and master it wherever you are in the world. So I'm just really excited to just share briefly those things. Finally saw my biggest block. Thank you. That's incredible. Just the awareness of it is enough, really. So I'd really journal about that. Thank you so much for all the kind words. I feel like the sunrise after the dark night of the soul. Yeah, it could be that fast. It could be that easy. This is so incredible. Sometimes you'll get an activation and insights will come in your dream. Sometimes you needed just a deep clearing and you'll receive more insights later on. So just trust that you were called here and you got what you needed. Someone said that my block was in my throat, saw a ton of purple and white orbs coming in. Angels were super direct and clear with their words. That's where we want to be, right? When we just align and clear some interfering energies, we can get that instant clear communication from the divine intelligence, right? So it's beautiful to hear that. So if anyone wants to share with me privately too, you can email me here. I'll just put in my email again. It's info@dreamporting.com. If you're not sure of what you need, just share with me and share a little bit about yourself, and we'll recommend some different options based off what you're able to do. Even if it's health stuff, I actually work with an incredible health coach who's transformed my health in 6 weeks. I had no idea what was still happening and with nutrition and food. So if anyone wants the codes on that, just anything really in your life, I'd love to share some resources and just support everyone and just share. There's such a great menu we don't talk about sometimes of magical potions and classes and specialists and sessions that are available. So I love just giving back and sharing. So go ahead and email me with any of your queries or things that are coming up for you, and would love to share the codes for that. And thank you all for sharing the transformations that were released. All right. Well, I'm seeing a lot of beautiful comments, and I just want to say thank you for being vulnerable, for sharing and staying connected with one another. I'm really excited to dive deeper. We have a powerful group healing, energy healing, and support circle in our academy next week. So again, if anyone wants to join that, it's just a small monthly membership, and you can get some more one-on-one support because this is a much bigger group as well. So thank you all so much for joining, and hope to hear from some of you soon. And I will see you all hopefully next week or very soon, whenever you want to pop in for more magic. Many blessings and have a beautiful day. Thank you.